This is Auburn Football Everyday, driven by Toyota.
Welcome to Auburn Football Everyday, driven by Toyota. On the show, a look back at the Deep South's oldest rivalry. You'll get to meet Auburn wide receivers coach Marcus Davis. A look back at the 1983 Auburn football reunion, and we look ahead to Auburn's trip to LSU. But first, let's go to the Auburn locker room after Auburn, Georgia.
I know what those feelings are like when you knock off a top team. You know, we were able to do that a few times, and I want our kids to experience that and our fans to experience that so bad today. And we really had a shot, and we just could not get it off the field on third down and couldn't convert on third down. And I really think that's where the game kind of reside and the difference in the game. I think that was it. And that makes me feel like we could have done better as coaches. And, you know, you're playing a really good football team for sure, and give Kirby and his guys credit, but it stinks and just hurt for our kids.
You know, when you go play the number one team in the country, you got to establish the line of scrimmage, and that alone is just going to give you an opportunity to win. You got to capitalize on all the other stuff as well, but that's where it starts. And we tried to take pride in that every week, but especially this week. And, you know, I hadn't watched any of the tape, but I feel like our guys played hard and played physical and competed in that area of the game.
We were really proud of our guys, the way they came in, did a good job of studying the game plan. And I thought defensively we had put a great game plan together. And for the most part, the guys went out and executed. But, you know, in this league, if you make a mistake, that opponent, man, they're good enough to capitalize on it. But they really, really played hard. And we just got to eliminate some mistakes, and then, man, get a couple of those turnovers to go our way, you know, and then it's a different ball game. But we're really proud of how hard they played, and, you know, they fought to the end. We told them it would be 60 minutes, and we thought the guys went out and played 60 minutes.
Yeah, I think the coaches prepared us. They had a great game plan. That D-line is big, strong, and aggressive. I think we played our tails off, fought hard for 60 minutes. It's just a bar fight, junkyard dog fight. So
obviously a tough loss, but in this league you got to have a short memory, whether it's a big win or a hard loss. You got to get up in the morning, and fortunately for us, having a bye week, you got to take care of your body and find out what we're good at, how we got to get better, and then we got to move on to LSU. You know, it's a tough loss, but we got to learn from it, correct the mistakes, and got to have a short memory and get ready for the next one on the schedule.
Yeah, like I said, you never can get too high, get too low. We got a lot more games coming up, a lot of big games. Got LSU after the bye week, so we can't just hang our heads on this one game. We got to keep pushing on and trying to get the next win.
Auburn Football Everyday is brought to you by Toyota. Let's go places. And by Tiger Talk, the official radio show of the Auburn Tigers. Tune in Thursdays at 6 p.m. Central on your local Auburn Sports Network affiliate.
Welcome back to Auburn Football Everyday, driven by Toyota. Now let's take a look at the highlights. Auburn and Georgia, driven by Truckworks.
Auburn will defend the south goal. Zirkle puts it in the air. It is deep. It will not be returned as it goes 5 yards behind the end line. So Auburn will open up 1st and 10. To his right out of the shotgun. Bowers, the tight end, to the right. They hand to Edwards. Edwards hit at the line, and he goes down at the 31. 3-step drop with time. Floats it out to the right side. It is complete. And a gain of about 3 or 4 on the play. Cam Riley came up to make the stop. 3rd down and short. Handoff. Tailback. Nothing doing. 2 yards shy of the 1st down. Very little gain on the play. Larry Mixon, the 3rd at the bottom of that pile for the Tigers. At the right hash. Thorne gonna run it around right side, turns the corner. There goes Peyton Thorne into the open field. It's a foot race. Thorne to the 30-yard line and out of bounds.
Great play call right there by Coach Freeze, Coach Montgomery. They had both tight ends, the lead up on the safety and the linebacker. Everybody attacked the Jarquez. Was able to get outside the pocket there and rush for 61 yards.
27-yard field goal by McPherson. The holder is the punter, Chapman, and Auburn strikes first. Ball at the right hash mark. Beck's with a man in motion. Play action. Drops to throw. Looks, plenty of time. Throws. Ball is it intercepted at the 45 or the 48? Play clock down to 2. Auburn gets the play off. It's thrown around the right side. He's got the first down and out of bounds at the 35. Backfield. Nope, it's a handoff right up the middle. It is Jarquez Hunter. Jarquez inside the 5 and down to the 4. Chick-fil-A. And a touchdown right up the middle. Touchdown, Jarquez Hunter. Touchdown, Auburn. Georgia 3 of 4 on 3rd down. This is 3rd and 10. Beck throws across the middle, incomplete. They tried to go to Bowers again. And this time, it was Jalen Simpson deflecting the ball away at the goal line. The snap to the quarterback. Looks, he throws. The pass is complete to Bowers. Bounces off one man. Actually, that's the backup tight end. Ball's down. Ball's loose. Does Auburn have it? Yes! Auburn has it. The quarterback, Robbie Ashford. Ashford will carry it. He goes to the 30 boundary. He's to the 25-20. Down of bounds at the 15. Linked by Cobb and Hunter. Ashford up the middle. Robbie Ashford inside the 5. He scores! They bring 5. Thorne throws. Complete. Fairweather breaks the first tackle. Up the sideline to the 32. To try and tie it. Snap down kick is on the way. The kick is good! And we're tied with 6:21 to go. He just snuck it in. Drops to throw. With plenty of time, he throws it. It's wide open to Brock Bowers. Bowers at the 10. He's to the 5. He scores. Touchdown. With 2:52 to go. The difference in this game, inside 3 minutes to go. And the Dogs win it.
Championship moments. Celebrating Auburn's 1983, 93, and 2013 football teams is presented by Yellowwood brand pressure treated pine. If it doesn't have that yellow tag, you don't want it. Auburn traveled to College Station for the first time to face the 7th-ranked Texas A&M Aggies at Kyle Field. In an offensive shootout, the two teams combined for 1,217 yards of offense and 86 points. With 5:05 remaining and trailing 41-38, Auburn looked to drive down the field and take back the lead.
Caught! It's caught! They're going to run it right at their heart again. Mason keeps driving.
Ball carrier broke the plane to the goal line. By rule, touchdown.
There was still time for the Aggies to counter, but the Tigers' defense stood tall.
He's in trouble. He's going down. The Tigers are going to win. The Tigers are going to win.
Welcome back to Auburn Football Every Day. He was a standout wide receiver for the Tigers from 2013 through 2016. Now Marcus Davis has returned to the Plains as Auburn's wide receivers coach. Let's meet the Auburn wide receivers coach, Marcus Davis, coming soon to WarEagle Plus.
And you keep it inside out, leverage on me on your post. Good, good, good.
Wide receivers coach Marcus Davis is no stranger to the Auburn family. From 2013 to 2016, he was a standout on 4 bowl teams and played in the BCS National Championship game. After graduating, he began a coaching path that led him across the country before returning to his beloved alma mater.
It's home. I got that same feeling that I got 10 years ago when I was on campus as a freshman. And then when you get into Jordan-Hare and experience that, it's been a lot of memories that have been brought back to me just by being in a presence of Auburn.
Marshall to throw again. Good protection into the end zone. Reaching up, making the catch. It's the freshman, the converted quarterback, Marcus Davis. Touchdown, Auburn!
Having a coach familiar with the Auburn way is crucial to a room filled with new faces. A belief in Davis and this new coaching staff would need to be established before any X's and O's were drawn.
Relationships is everything. Once you can build a relationship with somebody, it's easy to get them to work hard. It's easy to get them to trust you as far as coaching go. It's easy to get the things that's essential for football done. And so I do everything through relationships, whether that's having the guys over or whether that's spending extra time with them here. Those are the things that I try to emphasize and show it by action, because it's one thing to coach and tell them to do something, but, actually show them that you love them by your daily actions.
That player-to-coach relationship really is amazing to have with him. And I think he's done a great job in the room just kind of bringing all the guys together, especially the new transfers.
Coach Davis, he brings out the fun in pretty much football. He's just a high-energy guy, always positive, and just wants all of his guys to succeed. So that just coming from a coach means a lot to a player.
He invests his time and effort. It's just not talk. It's he's willing to walk the walk and really put the time into getting to know his players and mentor them and give them life lessons. And obviously he's got a room right now that he's got to bring along, and that's challenging to do that and maintain the relationship with those guys, and he's managed it very well to this point.
Hey Kelly, you're gonna be the single over there. Be ready for him to trigger on that corner. So step flat if you trigger. If not, and that safety coming out, go MDM, quick crack that safety.
I'm super big on positive reinforcement because I think it get the guys to want to play for you even more. It's a part of that relationship that you build, and that's something that I tell them from day one. I expect for you to get things right, but if you don't, I'm gonna coach you up and I'm gonna love you up. So over time, that's how I know things will always get better because of what the foundation is. The players know exactly where you're coming from when a foundation is set. One thing that we're gonna have to do is be real physical at the top of our routes. Be physical at the top of your routes. Let's talk about this. So say if I'm the 4 right here, Cam, you in at the 4, what you're doing your number route right now? Yeah, go on ahead and stack them. He in your low hip, this is a chance for a shot down the field.
With a pump fake, throws it up the sideline, wide open, touchdown Hollywood Hopes.
It's always good when you emphasize something in practice and then you see it because you know you got the buy-in from the players. And I think that's huge. You can tell the players believe in exactly what's going on. When you see those positive signs like that, it's always good because you know you're moving in the right direction.
Auburn Football Everyday is brought to you by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Alabama. We cover what matters. And by WarEagle Plus, coming this fall.
Welcome back to Auburn Football Everyday. It's been 40 years since Auburn's SEC championship in 1983, a team that went on to win the Sugar Bowl. We recently caught up with the 1983 SEC champs and some of those Auburn players talking about that memorable season.
So the 1983 team was one of the most special teams that I've ever been around. Just a unique group of guys that had made it through the fire of Coach Dye's first spring, fifth-year seniors that had paid the price to be around. And then you look at a team that went 11-1 and beat 9 bowl teams, and then won a Sugar Bowl in just old school fashion, 9-7 with a field goal kick in the last few seconds by Al Del Greco. So it capped, that bowl game capped a season that was just terrific, and the style that Auburn did it with, just playing defense and old school discipline. It was just a magnificent year.
Gosh, the 83 team was a very special team, and I think a lot of it had to do with the leadership of the players on the team. You know, a lot of good seniors that year, a lot of juniors, but you know, it really was a culmination of Coach Dye's first 2 teams, the 81 team and 82, and it was just a special season. We felt like, you know, going into every game that we would win the game. We had a lot of confidence. We went about everything in a business-like manner, and we were, you know, really focused on winning a championship.
One of the things I would say is that it was Coach Dye's building year. Not, you know, he had gotten a year or 2 under his belt, and it was time for his teams to produce. And we started taking on his character and his demeanor, which was hard work, never giving up, and never said die.
That was what Coach Dye meant to all of us. He taught us how to be leaders. He taught us how to be good men, how to be a good father, how to be a good husband, what it was like just to be a good person that was accountable for what you were doing.
So meaningful for it to think back that at one point we lost an early game to Texas, and then we were just a hard-working group of guys. Coach Dye, everybody respected him. You know, he'll work you, and come by and give you a hug every night, you know, before the game. And it was just a group of guys that were so passionate about working for Auburn. And then now, you know, you see these guys and everybody's hugging each other because they know the hard work that went on here. And we all learned to win, and that was the most important thing for Auburn.
Coach Dye, I believe, had so much impact on my life. Auburn had so much impact on my life, but when you're put together with a group of guys like this 83 team, and they come from all backgrounds, different states, different cities, different ages. So it's like you had a bunch of big brothers that you could watch and see how they would succeed, but you also had Coach Dye was kind of like your dad, and he was able to bring you the life lessons, push you harder than you thought you could be. But he had a track in that he knew where he was going, and that year, an SEC championship, and really, again, a national championship, I think, is what we achieved.
All we got to do is just go out there and play Auburn football, and we can win some games. And that was Coach Dye's mentality. He said, all we got to do is play Auburn football the way that he know that we can play. And we would win football games, and we went out there and did exactly that. You know, we played Auburn football, never say die, a defense that would bend but not break, an offense who would give it to you as much as we possibly can, pound you, run at you, and Randy would throw a couple of little short passes, and, every now and then he would hit one deep on you. But, that was our mentality. We went out there and we played Auburn football.
I love every one of you, and I know you got to love each other. It's been a great year, man. I appreciate everybody.
On behalf of the Sugar Bowl, I'm only the president. We're presenting you all with the trophy of champion of the Sugar Bowl 1984.
WarEagle Plus. It's your team on your time. WarEagle Plus takes you inside the planes with premium content you'll find nowhere else.
Do this for Auburn!
In-depth features, interviews, and the stories of Auburn women and men as they fly down the field. Auburn wins! And soar on to victory. Coming soon, more of your Auburn Tigers with WarEagle Plus.
Welcome back to Auburn Football Everyday, driven by Toyota. Next up for the Tigers, a trip to Baton Rouge, a Saturday night, Auburn and LSU.
Yeah, we're excited to get back to work after a open week, and excited to see our kids this afternoon and get the week started off right, preparing to go to Baton Rouge to play a very difficult opponent. I think their offense is the most explosive that I've seen in a long, long time. I wasn't coaching when they had their run with Joe Burrow and them, but this quarterback, if he's not in the Heisman discussion, there's a problem. But he's playing at an incredibly high level with dynamic receivers, and there's not a weakness on that offense, and it's impressive to watch. And so it's going to be a great challenge for our kids and a great college environment, and I'm excited as heck about it, and I know our kids will be. Hopefully, I hadn't seen them yet, but and hopefully we can get healthy and go to Baton Rouge and find a way to compete against a really, really, really good football program.
Yeah, it definitely came at the right time for sure. We got guys healthy that we needed to get healthy. And we definitely got a good head start on LSU, picking up tendencies. We watched their game that they played against Missouri, so we got to do that, and just, we got a good head start on them, and we got guys healthy.
We went back to the basic things, everything we worked on in fall camp and everything, different techniques, different coverages that we have put in, and we really just went back to the basics, worked on technique, and, a lot of guys got to rest because a lot of guys were a little banged up from the week before and everything. So I think we took full advantage of the bye week and everything. Now we're coming back even hungrier, ready to work and ready to play.
I feel like any SEC game is an easy game to get up for because that the competition level is there, and you have to bring your A game. So we know this is a big rivalry, and it's at Death Valley at nighttime. And we know the crowd is going to be there, and their friends are amazing. Like their friends, they got good fans that are loud. So we're looking forward to that challenge, and we can't wait to Saturday.
The main thing will probably be containing Jaden. Dual threat, he can throw a dot, but he could also escape on you and run for 80 yards right down the pipe. So I think just containing him, keeping him in that pocket as much as and as long as we can, it'd be.
The game kicks off shortly after 6 o'clock. Our coverage on the Auburn Sports Network begins at 3 o'clock Central Time. And we'll be back with you next week for another edition of Auburn Football Every Day, driven by Toyota.